Hi, this is Chris Buss with Traders Profit Compass with a mid-session update for Thursday, August 27th. It's 1:20 in the afternoon as I'm starting the video. Okay, we've got a little excitement on our hands here, and I want to go through it with you because we're kind of at a critical spot. Starting with the SPY 30-minute chart, we came up, we hit resistance here at 350. And we've moved down, breaking these levels and testing this 346.50 area where we've got this trend line and technical support here at 346.50. Anything above that is fine, okay? I think you can maintain a bullish bias. Nothing materially significant has happened yet. That said, 346.50 has to hold because there is literally nothing down here to stop price once it breaks to come back down here in this 343.75 area and possibly move into this 342.40 area. So below 346.50, if you're a short-term, active trader, that would certainly be a place where I would get short for that move down here. $3 move, I think that would happen quickly. May happen this afternoon, may not happen at all. If you bought this 346.50, that was certainly an objective place to buy. They're working on a bounce right now. We'll see if it lasts or if it, rolls over in the afternoon. But look at the indicators. We've dropped out of overbought territory on the RSI. We're still above 50, so that's good. But certainly there's a trend break there, and we've rolled over on the hourly PPO. So those are bearish developments, but price is the key. You can see this is a live chart, so it's changing as I'm talking. So they're working on a bounce right now. Just keep that 346.50 in the crosshairs. Okay. QQQ, same kind of a look. We came up, rejected. Now we're down here at this 289.50 level. That's got to hold, or we're down here at 287.11. What is that? Basically $2.50 lower. As long as this holds, short-term bulls are fine. But if that breaks, it's going to come down here fast. Probably fill this gap. Probably even come down here to this 284.50 level, because as you can see, a lot of thin air, not a lot of technical support. Like SPY, we've got a trend break on RSI, we've got a bearish cross on the PPO. So those are, cautionary signals, and what would really confirm it, a short-term pullback that is a break of 289.50. So please put an alarm there. If you're short-term bullish, that would be a place to be exiting, because I think we'll come back down into these lower levels rather quickly. You know what? IWM, keep fading 156.50. Been saying it for 3 days. Keeps working every single time. We opened higher, coming out of Powell's talk, everybody was, buying airlines and banks and everything else, all the junk. They faded it. They faded it right off the bat, back down here to 155. That's your line in the sand. If you're a short-term active trader, on a break of 155, I think we're coming right down here to 153. And then we'll see if that holds, and if not, back into this 152, 151 gap area. So They haven't quite decided yet. It hasn't broken, so until it does, it's still support. So, but keep 155 in your crosshairs for IWM. How'd you like that TLT call this morning? Came up, back touched 165 on the fake move out of Powell. They rejected it right away. Boom, $3 lower. And now we're hovering right here below 162. I think this is vulnerable to a further pullback. I did take a cheap shot at the September 11th 160 puts. Not a lot of money on it. Like I said, just a cheap shot, just based on the technicals. Now, if we get a big, equity sell-off, this trade probably won't work. It'll, yields will probably drop in response to the equity sell-off. But as it stands now on a technical basis, I'm looking for this bear flag to complete, and we're halfway there so far. But I was real pleased how that technical action worked. First move was fake, came up and back touched resistance, and then boom, the bottom fell out of it. Same thing on gold and the gold miners, big reversal, head fake higher, then they pulled the rug, came back down here, back into this 50 EMA area, which is held. For me, this is kind of like no man's land in here. Hasn't broken out, hasn't broken down. I would keep 39 and 42 on the radar with alarms. Any break of 39, I think, is a short. First target 37, possibly lower. If gold regains its footing and breaks out here on the miners at 42, I think it can push higher. Gold, big reversal, like $45, $50. First move was fake, back down here to support, and now it's just resolving itself. And I think your levels right now, 182.50 to 184, the triangle's coming down, so it's getting, tighter and tighter. This is going to resolve itself really soon in the next, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday, but it's running out of room. So it either breaks down below this 179 layer and then loses the 50 to come back here towards 171, 170, 170, 171 right down here, or it breaks out and moves higher. But I don't think it's gonna hang around here a whole lot longer. I think something's gonna happen. Moving on to FAAMg. Facebook, it's gotta recapture this 295, or I wouldn't be hanging around long. If it does recapture it, you can buy there and see if we get, a bounce into that, back into the box, and maybe make a push higher here. But it's really vulnerable right here. And if, the broad market rolls over, this is rolling over with it. And you can see here, a lot of thin air, no technical support, big void here. If we lose this low here at 292.50, I think you can be short and have that come back down in here to this 280 level, because there's not a lot stopping it from doing that. So in my mind, to my eye, it's got to recapture 295 to stay, really short-term bullish. Notice we've got a bear cross on the PPO. RSI is holding in there. If I extend this line just a little bit, it's still above. But if you see a break of this trend line, it's going lower. So that would be my take on Facebook here. A nice downside opportunity if this rolls over. So keep an eye on that. Apple, I don't think there's anything much to do here. Focus on that 493. As long as it holds, it's fine. But if it breaks, it's coming back here to 475 and possibly 465. But right here, I don't think there's a trade to make. It's too far away from support, and it's far from resistance. So in the middle of the range, just be patient, and let's see what happens. We've got RSI clinging to 50, but it's already broken trend, and momentum is coming down. Really haven't seen a lot of reaction in the price yet, but if this 493 were to break, then you would see an acceleration down. Amazon looks a lot like Facebook. We had a push up here to the top of the box, and it's since sold off. I think to feel good about holding longs, it's got to recapture this 3,400. If it does, if there's a late day rally and you're adventurous, you can get long above 3,400 with a stop just below and see if we can get a push higher. But just like the other names, PPO looking weak, putting in the start of a bear cross, and RSI testing the trend. So be careful there on the long side. Above 3,400, I think you're okay. Below 3,400, I think it's vulnerable to come back into this 3,350, 3,300, or 3,325 area. And then if that happens, then we'll have to take it from there. So that's what I see on Amazon. Microsoft looks a lot better than the others. I guess, I don't know, with this TikTok CEO resigning, maybe everybody thinks that Microsoft is in the driver's seat now to make that purchase, but it's holding up really well. I have seen a ton of option order flow looking out into October in the 230s, the 240s, and the 250 call strikes. So they're looking for further upside, possibly positioning for if Microsoft can seal the deal with this TikTok thing. But just from a price action standpoint, holding this 225 looks to be kind of important here. 223 would be your next level below, but right now it's holding the 8 EMA on the 60, so I think bulls are fine there. Google, as we've discussed with Facebook and Amazon, it really needs to recapture this 1630, or it's vulnerable to come back here to 1610. If 1610 were to fail, then it's coming back to 1590. So looks kind of weak right here. We've got a bear cross on momentum, and we've got a trendline violation on RSI. So be careful here. If you were long, today, hopefully you would have exited here on that break of 1630. So that's how you can use these boxes as reference points, and they've worked like a champ so far. So looks weak here, looks vulnerable to a pullback to 1610 for starters. Bulls need to recapture this 1630 short term to keep the bullish short-term bias going on Google. XBI still flirting with this 107.50. I don't know if this is a live chart or not. Yeah, it is. So we're just clinging right there to to support on that. So, time to sit up a little bit taller in the chair. No need to panic. Might be a time to raise a little cash on positions you're not fully committed to, or positions that aren't really working. I sent you a note on eBay and Chewy. If they're not performing when the market's going up, I sincerely doubt that they're going to work if the market's getting soggy or pulling back. So discretion's the better part of valor. Certainly was disappointed to see that, but I'm going to take that money off the table and wait to see if these key levels break or if they hold, and then kind of reset. So I would have a little cash on hand just in case, to see where things go. So anyhow, I hope it helps. This has been Chris Buss with Traders Profit Compass. Talk to you soon.